Legal News, 22nd January to 28th January 2017 by Deepak Miglani. Officer reinstated after 26 years, Defense Ministry to pay Rs 4 crore compensation, Armed Forces Tribunal, Lucknow. Fresh protest likely at Law Faculty Delhi University's North Campus. RTI plea seeking information on Vimula's death rejected. Unaided private schools need government nod for fee hike. Supreme Court. Supreme Court asks CBI to probe on ex-director. Central Information Commissioner order on Prime Minister Modi degree stayed by Delhi High Court. National Green Tribunal slams UP Chief Secretary over encroachment. Tamil Nadu passes bill. Jallikattu now a permanent sport. Supreme Court Election Commission clear way for centre to present budget on February 1st, 2017. Appoint National Human Rights Commission Director General within a week, Supreme Court directed centre. Missing JNU student, don't be insecure, take the lie detector test, Delhi High Court to students. IPS officer Karnal Singh appointed Enforcement Directorate Chief. Protect Daiichi interest, Delhi High Court directed Singh brothers. Press Council issues notice on arrest of Kunal Shankar, reporter of Frontline. Irshad Ali moves, Delhi High Court seeks action against officers. Cabinet approved bill to enable IIMs to award degrees. Supreme Court order on civil services examinations. Disabled cannot claim extra OBC quota perks. Supreme Court transferred PIL on cleaning Ganga to National Green Tribunal. Allahabad High Court stalled UP government's bid to widen scheduled caste list. Should Delhi Commission for Women's Rape Crisis Cell be closed? Delhi High Court. National Green Tribunal notice to centre on e-waste unit. Norms violated. Competition Commission of India ordered probe against agency. Cancel Sajjan's bail. SIT to Delhi High Court. SHO reached Delhi High Court 2 hours late. Sent to police lines. Madras High Court stayed IT reassessment of return of former Union Finance and Home Minister P. Chidambaram and his family members filed 6 years ago. SEBI barred Malia from markets co-directorship. Delhi High Court questioned ASI for failing to protect fort. Vintage car rally gets National Green Tribunal nod. Maharashtra's Aurangabad District Court slaps Rs 400 fine on 23 for open defection. Supreme Court put on hold tribunal order to probe Uber. Officer reinstated after 26 years, Defense Ministry to pay Rs 4 crore compensation, Armed Forces Tribunal, Lucknow. In a landmark judgment, Armed Forces Tribunal, Lucknow has ordered the Defense Ministry to pay Rs 4 crore compensation to an officer who was court-martialed 26 years ago, while reinstating the service of Second Lieutenant S.S. Chauhan. The Armed Forces Tribunal, in a 296-page judgment, also asked the Army to deposit Rs 1 crore with the Army Central Welfare Fund within 4 months. Chauhan of 6th Rajput Battalion was posted in Srinagar when he was court-martialed after being declared a deserter and mentally unstable. Quashing the court-martial of Chauhan, Justice D.P. Singh and Air Marshal Anil Chopra asked the Defense Ministry to reinstate the officer as well as provide him promotional avenues up to the rank of Lieutenant Colonel for the purpose of salary arrears, pensions benefits and rank. Chauhan, who hails from UP's Mainpuri district, was court-martialed on November 4, 1991, and the order was approved by the General Officer Commander-in-Chief Srinagar. The officer landed in trouble when he recovered 147 gold biscuits weighing around 27.5 kg during a search operation in Srinagar on April 11, 1990. In his petition, Chauhan pointed out that the gold biscuits were recovered from a house in the presence of other soldiers and were handed over to his officer. The gold biscuits were embezzled by the senior army officers, he alleged. During the trial, the tribunal observed that Chauhan's senior officers implicated him in false cases to ensure that the recovery of gold could be concealed from the government. Fresh protest likely at Law Faculty Delhi University's North Campus. The Law Faculty at Delhi University's North Campus may be in for another bout of protest. A video uploaded on social media shows the Dean Ved Kumari not allowing recruitments to take place on its premises. In the video, Kumari is seen involved in a verbal duel with the principal in charge of Campus Law Center, Usha Tandon. The Dean did not allow the recruitment procedure to take place at the seminar room at CLC campus, citing lack of permission. The tussle prompted the recruiters to give a warning to the administrative head to solve the issue in 5 minutes or else they would walk out. Despite the warning, the dean was adamant and the recruiters left, leaving the prospects of many students in a lurch. RTI plea seeking information on Vimula's death rejected. The HRD ministry has rejected an RTI appeal for making public a panel's report on death of Hyderabad research scholar Rohit Vemula. Replying to the RTI query, it said the file concerned was under submission and a copy of the report cannot be provided. Unaided private schools need government nod for fee hike. Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that private unaided schools that were granted subsidized land by the Delhi Development Authority in the national capital would not be able to hike fees without approval from the government. A bench of Chief Justice J.S. Kehar and Justices N.V. Ramana and D.Y. Chandrachud refused to interfere with the order of the Delhi High Court, which had in January last year held that the schools were bound to seek approval from the Directorate of Education before increasing fees. Supreme Court asks CBI to probe on ex-director. The Supreme Court ordered a probe into allegations that former CBI Director Ranjit Sinha tried to scuttle investigations into the coal scam and protect some of the accused, saying it was prima facie satisfied that he had abused his position and authority. A bench of Justices Madan B. Lokur, Kurian Joseph and A.K. Sikri directed CBI Chief Alok Verma to set up a special investigation team under his leadership and comprising 2 other officers of the agency to conduct an inquiry against Sinha. Central Information Commission order on Prime Minister Modi degree stayed by Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court stayed till April 27 a Central Information Commission order asking Delhi University to allow inspection of records of all students who clear BA examination in 1978, which includes Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Justice Sanjeev Sachdeva allowed Delhi University's plea for an interim stay on the order and issued notice to RTI applicant Neeraj seeking his response. National Green Tribunal slams UP Chief Secretary over encroachment. The National Green Tribunal has rapped the Uttar Pradesh Chief Secretary over non-compliance of its order on illegal encroachments in the green belts of Ghaziabad. A bench headed by Justice Jawad Rahim said the officer has shown contemptuous conduct by not filing the status report till date on unauthorized constructions despite its direction and ordered him to file a final report within a week. Tamil Nadu passes bill Jallikattu, now a permanent sport. The 2-day-old ordinance providing for Jallikattu during Pongal became law with the Tamil Nadu Assembly passing the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Amendment Bill 2017. The ordinance was issued on January 21st. The amended act, which makes Jallikattu a permanent sport in rural Tamil Nadu, was passed by the Assembly unanimously at a special session on Monday evening. And on the objective of the act, it said the state government has decided to exempt the conduct of Jallikattu from the provisions of the Central Act, and therefore the government decided to amend the act in its application to Tamil Nadu. Supreme Court, Election Commission clear way for Centre to present budget on Feb 1st. The Supreme Court and the Election Commission cleared the way for the government to present the union budget on Feb 1st on the condition that it should not announce any schemes specific to the 5 poll-bound states which may have the effect of influencing the electors in favor of the ruling party. Appoint National Human Rights Commission Director General within a week, Supreme Court directed Centre. The Supreme Court has directed the centre government to appoint a Director General in the National Human Rights Commission within a week. A bench headed by Chief Justice J.S. Kehar asked the government to appoint the members of the human rights body within 4 weeks. Missing JNU student, don't be insecure, take the lie detector test, Delhi High Court to students. The Delhi police informed the Delhi High Court that they could not conduct lie detector test on 9 people in connection with the disappearance of JNU student Najib Ahmed, as none of them turned up despite notices being served to them on several occasions. Police also alleged that the JNU students, including Najib's roommate, were not cooperating in the investigation. The court asked the students to come forward and not feel insecure. IPS officer Karnal Singh appointed as Enforcement Directorate Chief. The government appointed Karnal Singh, 1984 batch IPS officer, as Director of Enforcement Directorate. Mr. Singh has already been holding the post as additional charge for over a year. His regular posting was Special Director, Enforcement Directorate for the Northern Region. Protect Daiichi interest, Delhi High Court directed Singh brothers. The Singh brothers, who are locked in a dispute with Daiichi, were also asked to submit the value of their unencumbered assets and shares in various group entities. The Delhi High Court directed former Ranbaxy promoters Malvinder and Shivinder Singh to abide by their assurance to protect the interest of Japanese drug maker Daiichi Sankyo and that any sale of assets by them cannot take place without first informing the court. The brothers, who are locked in a dispute with Daiichi, were also asked to submit the value of their unencumbered assets and shares in various group entities. The court also allowed Daiichi to peruse previous assets declarations given by the brothers in Singapore and other courts, provided the latter furnished an affidavit of confidentiality in this regard. The brothers are required to file an affidavit within 2 weeks assuring that the value of their assets is enough to secure the penalty amount of rupees 2,562 crores awarded to Daiichi by a Singapore arbitral tribunal last year. Press Council issues notice on arrest of Kunal Shankar, reporter of Frontline. Press Council of India Chairman Justice Chandramouli Kumar Prasad has taken suo motu cognizance of the arrest of Kunal Shankar, reporter of Frontline, during coverage of news at Hyderabad Central University, and asked the Telangana Chief Secretary, the Vice Chancellor and the Superintendent of Police to file a report on the matter. Press Council of India Chairman has expressed grave concern over the arrest of Kunal Shankar, reporter Frontline, during coverage of news on the campus of Hyderabad Central University, and also again imposing restriction on media in the university. Irshad Ali moves Delhi High Court seeks action against officers. Irshad Ali, who was recently acquitted of terror charges after 11-year trial by a Delhi Session Court, has moved the Delhi High Court seeking a departmental inquiry against erring special cell officers involved in probing the case he was involved in. Cabinet approved bill to enable IIMs to award degrees. The government will not have a say in selecting top executives of these institutes, and the IIMs will have sweeping autonomy more than they currently enjoy. The Union Cabinet approved the IIM bill, which proposes to grant statutory powers to 20 premier business schools, enabling them to award degrees instead of diplomas. According to the bill, the Board of Governors of each IIM will appoint its own chairperson, who should be an eminent person from the field of industry, education, science, technology and other such fields. The Board of Governors will have 15 members. They would include a nominee of the centre, one representative of the respective state government, 2 faculty members, and director of the concerned institute, 4 eminent people from the field of education, industry, commerce, social science, and 5 persons distinguished in the field of management. At least 3 of the 15 have to be women and 1 should be from SC/ST community. The Board of Governors chairperson will be empowered to invite any number of experts to a meeting of the board, but they will not be allowed to vote. Supreme Court order on civil services examinations. Disabled cannot claim extra OBC quota perks. Ruling that a physically challenged candidate cannot seek preference over other disabled candidates on the ground of belonging to other backward caste category. The Supreme Court held that OBC candidates will also get 7 and not 10 attempts to appear in the civil services examination. A bench of Justices Ranjan Gogoi and Ashok Bhushan said that odd differentially abled candidates whether belonging to the general category or OBC category, will get 7 attempts in the civil services examination in accordance with the government's policy of 2007. Supreme Court transferred PIL on cleaning Ganga to National Green Tribunal. The Supreme Court wrapped up a PIL on cleaning of river Ganga and sent it to the National Green Tribunal for more effective adjudication. The apex court had been monitoring the issue for 31 years. A bench of Chief Justice J.S. Kehar and Justice N.V. Ramanna said that since issue relating to the municipal solid waste and industrial waste were already being heard by the NGT on a day-to-day basis, all other issues relating to the sources of polluting the river Ganga should also be heard by the NGT. The bench said that tribunal will be required to submit an interim report to it every 6 months, only to give an idea about the progress made and difficulties, if any. It also granted liberty to the petitioner, environmentalist M.C. Mehta, to approach the court if he had any grievance in consonance with the law. Allahabad High Court stalled UP government's bid to widen scheduled caste list. The Allahabad High Court stalled the Samajwadi Party-led Uttar Pradesh government's decision to include 7 most backward caste in the scheduled caste list a month after the state cabinet passed the proposal. A division bench of Chief Justice D.B. Bhosle and Justice Yashwant Verma directed the state not to issue SC certificates to the 17 castes. The court passed the order on a PIL petition filed by a Gorakhpur-based organization, Dr. Ambedkar Granthalaya Evam Jan Kalyan Samiti, arguing that issuing the SC certificate would allow candidates from these castes to contest elections from reserved seats. The state has also been asked to file a counter affidavit in 2 weeks. Should Delhi Commission for Women's Rape Crisis Cell be closed? Delhi High Court. Should Rape Crisis Cell run by the Delhi Commission for Women be closed down? The Delhi High Court posed this query to the Lieutenant Governor in light of his claim that staffers manning the cell have been appointed illegally. The court stressed that the crisis cell have been running on court orders. Justice Sanjeev Sachdeva also asked the Lieutenant Governor to clarify his stand whether all appointments made by the Commission are illegal according to the Centre or only some of them. The petitioners have claimed that with their help, Delhi Commission for Women has dealt with 11,696 complaints since July 2015, and in view of the work being done by the Commission with their help, the Delhi government transferred 181 helpline programs to them. National Green Tribunal notice to Centre on e-waste unit. A doctor has moved National Green Tribunal against an illegal e-waste unit in the northwest Delhi, prompting the Green Panel to seek response from the Environment Ministry, Central Pollution Control Board and others. A bench headed by the NGT Chief Justice Swatantra Kumar issued notices to the Ministry of Environment and Forest, Central Pollution Control Board and Delhi Pollution Control Committee on a petition against an e-waste unit at Jaipuria Mills, Ghantaghar area. Norms violated. Competition Commission of India ordered probe against agency. The Competition Commission has ordered a detailed probe against Delhi Development Authority for allegedly abusing its dominant position related to a residential plot scheme that was launched way back in 1981. Cancels Sajjan Bail SIT to Delhi High Court. A special investigation team probing the 1984 anti-Sikh riots moved the Delhi High Court seeking cancellation of the anticipatory bail granted by the trial court to Congress leader Sajjan Kumar in case of killing of 3 Sikhs. SHO reached Delhi High Court 2 hours late, sent to police lines. The SHO of Mongolpuri police station has been sent to the district police lines for allegedly turning up late for a hearing at the Delhi High Court. Arvind Kumar SHO of Mongolpuri police station was supposed to reach the court at 9:30 am for a meeting with the council in connection with a case pertaining to his police station, said a senior police officer. However, Kumar turned up almost 2 hours late, and by the time he arrived, proceedings were over. The DCP of Outer District, under whose jurisdiction Mongolpuri police station falls, was on time and present, but the SHO did not arrive, following which he was sent to district police lines for 2 days to discipline him and teach him a lesson. Madras High Court stayed IT reassessment of return of former Union Finance and Home Minister P. Chidambaram and his family members filed 6 years ago. The Madras High Court has stayed the Income Tax Department's reassessment of returns filed 6 years ago by senior Congress member and former Union Finance and Home Minister P. Chidambaram and his family members. Chidambaram and his family had approached the court seeking the quashing of the department's notices seeking taxes to the tune of rupees 5 lakh from each of them. SEBI barred Malia from markets co-directorship. Markets regulator SEBI barred Likal Baron Malia from the stock market for fraudulently diverting about rupees 1,881 crore from United Spirits to various other entities within the UB group, including now grounded Kingfisher Airlines. SEBI also barred Malia, who fled India to avoid arrest by investigating agencies, from holding the position of a director in any listing company in the country. The regulator also directed USL to initiate action against Malia and UB group companies to which funds were wrongfully diverted by him. SEBI also barred 6 other people, including Ashok Kapoor, VK Rekhi, both former MDs of USL, from the market. Kapoor has also been barred from the directorship of a listed company. Delhi High Court questioned Archaeological Survey of India for failing to protect fort. The Delhi High Court has questioned Archaeological Survey of India on its failure to protect Tughlaqabad Fort from encroachments. The bench expressed unhappiness and said that despite orders from the apex court, the agencies concerned have been slack in enforcing them. A bench of justices Badr Duraj Ahmed and Ashutosh Kumar said while hearing a plea in this regard that there is a complete violation of the Supreme Court order. ASI could not protect the fort. The position in 1993 was very different from today's position. The court was hearing a public interest litigation to protect, maintain and preserve the fort. The apex court had directed the High Court to monitor the issue. The fort was built by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the founder of Tughlaq dynasty, in 1321 AD. Vintage car rally gets National Green Tribunal nod as a one-time exception to its order banning all vehicles older than 15 years from plying on Delhi roads, the National Green Tribunal permitted the 21 Gun Salute International Vintage Car Rally to take place in the capital. Maharashtra's Aurangabad District Court slaps rupees 400 fine on 23 for open defecation. Police arrested 23 people for open defecation at Silod in Maharashtra's Aurangabad district. This is the first such action by the law enforcers in the domain of public sanitation. The 23 arrested were charged under Section 115 of the Maharashtra's Police Act and produced before the court. The court showed leniency towards the first-time offenders and let them off with a fine of rupees 400 each. The judge warned the offenders of strict action if they are caught again for the same reason. Supreme Court put on hold tribunal order to probe Uber. The corporate battle between multinational cab aggregator Uber and its Indian competitor Meru has reached the Supreme Court, which put on hold the Competition Appellate Tribunal order directing probe against Uber for allegedly resorting to unfair trade practices including predatory pricing. The tribunal had on December 7, 2016 directed Fair Trade Watchdog CCI to conduct a fresh probe against Uber for allegedly indulging in unfair practices. Thank you.